Welcome to this series of videos about Brazil. If you are foreign and want to understand deeper Brazil from native point of view, I'm native, lived here over the last 35 years. I've already been an employer here, had companies here, and things like this. I'm still be a business owner today, but I know deeply how Brazil works. So today is the time you will discover things about Brazil that normally people don't talk about, okay? In this series of videos, I'm talking about prices in Brazil, okay? The foreigners come here and they be shocked with the price here because they see an undeveloped country, a country that should be poor or in development, and they don't understand why things here are so expensive. And now I will tell you the seventh factor. I talked about the other factors in the previous videos, so watch them, because Brazil is very complex. One video could not explain everything. So now let's talk about a very critical point here, the 70, that in my view prejudices the economy a lot. That is, you doesn't have juridic safety here. Let me translate segurança jurídica, translate to English. Segurança jurídica. Legal certainty, okay? Legal certainty. You doesn't have legal certainty in Brazil because if two adults above 18 years sign up a contract and they think this contract is valid, it's not, okay? There is always this thing in Brazil, this mentality, this culture that the business owner or people that supposedly have more money are the bad, and we have to implement these laws that protect the weak. Oh my God! And this thing creates a kind of absurd in lot of legislations in the contracts that make the contract not valid. Okay. Let me give you an example. You have a whole bunch of laws inside consuming. Okay? Let me give you an example. There's this law that if you sign up a contract for a service, let me give you an example. And this service has 2 years of validation. Okay? Let's put in the perspective of the company. The company, in the moment you pay for this service that will last 2 years, the company have to pay the taxes, and the taxes here in Brazil are one of the highest in the world. They have many times to pay employees to work to make this contract valid. The company has a lot of costs inside this payment, so the company makes a fine to if they want to cancel the contract, they will give back only 50%. Okay? And the two adults go there, the consumer and the business owner, and sign up this contract because it's fair. Are two adults. Okay? So we have these laws inside this contract that say it's not valid. The maximum fine you have to pay is 10%. Why? Oh, because that's fair. Fair? Based on what? There's no... Okay? There's this judge that goes on the contract and says not valid. The 10% is the fair. How much is the fair? It's impossible. The fair fine, how much is it? You cannot predict. It's not simple like that. So if the consumer buys something here, and for whatever reason he doesn't like the service, or he changed the mind, simple like that, he can at any time go there, I want my money back, I want 90% of the money back, because, but you sign a contract, no, I have my rights because there's this law that says that it's 10%. So why people will sign contracts in Brazil if it's not valid? There is this justice that says what is valid or not. Okay, so it's a very complicated thing. So this is the legal certainty. We doesn't have legal certainty in Brazil. And this thing applies not only for small things, consuming things. It applies for literally everything you can imagine here in Brazil. Since taking loans until buying cars, buying small products, hiring service, everything you can imagine to Brazil is submissive to this judge that says what's right and what's wrong without knowing deeply how the company works, okay? So you doesn't have legal certainty to sign up contracts in Brazil. This is a very nocive thing to the economy. It's not nocive necessary to the business owners, because the business owners take this extra legal uncertainty cost and just put in the product. Just put in the product. Who pays for this? The consumer, always. Okay? So this is a cost, okay, in Brazil that goes to the product. The products. If you have a company in Brazil, you have to put a good profit margin in your product because there is this legal uncertainty. The small companies doesn't, they have small margins, then they have to fight with each other. So it's very difficult life for the small companies. But the big companies, they put their profits higher because they have this kind of monopoly in the market. Let me give you an example. The iPhone. iPhone here is one of the most expensive in the world. Okay? Why would Apple makes the iPhone go so high in the price if they know higher than in other countries? If they know if they go down with the price, they sell more. That makes no sense, okay? Apple do this because Brazil has these things here that I explained in the other videos, okay? That makes extra cost for the consumer, not for the company. The company will make their profits, but the consumer will pay for all this. And they pay for the legal insecurity in everything. In the loans, the interest rates in the loans is higher, a lot high. Because if you sign up a loan and say, I cannot pay, go to the judge says, yes, it's abusive, thing like this. And so the company takes this legal security, this lack of legal security, and put in the loans, put in the price of the car, put in the price of the iPhone, in literally everything. So Brazil is a place that you make even less money and you watch things being every year more expensive. Because companies, they want to sell as much as possible. Okay, for the companies better when they go down with the price because they sell more. But this bureaucracy even greater with populism inside the cost of the company as general makes products be even more expensive and consumers be even more prejudiced with this. Okay? So this is the 7th factor I would like to explain here. Thank you for watching this video until the end and see you!